Hey, deserving listeners, 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after. Let's watch and see if anything interesting comes out of my face.
But we definitely take advantage of babysitters for, like, our sanity.
You guys need your date nights, too?
Yeah, date nights are good.
Libby, how is your babysitter working out? Becky starts talking about the babysitter that I recently hired without Andrei's knowledge.
Yikes. So this is from several episodes ago, and I just figured Libby hadn't done it, but to catch everyone up, if you forgot, one of the sisters, was it Jen, said to Libby that, because Libby wanted to get a nanny, and Libby and Andrei were having a conflict about that, and that's between them, and they can work that out amongst themselves, but the sister suggested that Libby get a nanny or babysitter behind Andrei's back. And while Andrei is at work, there will be this nanny in the home so that, Libby can do some other things, I guess. And this is atrocious behavior. Imagine yourself, if any of you have kids, and your spouse hired a secret babysitter behind your back for what seems to be weeks and didn't tell you about it. I mean, especially given the fact that you did not want that to happen. Now, on one hand, Andrei could be like, well, I kind of get that you did it, but you went behind my back? What else are you doing? This is a massive trust violation with your child. Imagine your child doing things that you don't know about and being exposed to people you don't know about that you haven't met, and your spouse participated in that. I was hoping Libby hadn't done it, but apparently she did, which is just deplorable behavior. Now, she's completely justified in advocating for her wanting the nanny or the babysitter, 100%. But to go behind his back, 0%.
It was actually Jen's idea to begin with. And I'm like trying so hard right now to convince him to let us get a nanny. Do it. Like, what am I gonna say to him?
I mean, do you have to tell him?
I mean, Jen is right. There's nothing wrong with having a babysitter. There's nothing wrong with having help.
Yes, there is nothing wrong with having a babysitter. There is everything wrong with lying to your spouse about the whole thing and doing it anyway. That's 100% wrong. Yes, there's nothing wrong. It'd be like saying, what would it be like doing? It'd be like saying, I really want to sell our house. And your spouse is like, I really like this house. I don't want to sell it. And then you go behind their back and you sell the house. Yes, there's nothing wrong with selling your house. There's everything wrong with lying to your spouse and doing it anyway. So this is awful. The other thing I want to point out is Jen and the others, but particularly Jen, their whole contention about Andrei is that he's a snake in the grass, he's manipulative, he lies, he's two-faced or whatever, all the things. But look at what they're doing.
So I hired someone that can watch Ellie. Hi. Hello.
I'm Tina.
I'm Elizabeth. Nice to meet you. This is Ellie.
Hi.
Can you say hi? Oh. Come on in. I use our babysitter a few times a week while Andrei is at work and I'm working. And while I kind of feel bad about doing it behind his back, he didn't really give me any other option.
He didn't give you any other option. Like, there was zero other option. You could have talked with him about it. You could have literally told him, look, this is going to happen, whether you like it or not. That would have been an option, but instead you went behind his back. And this is how you are going to start your marriage. This is how you're going to start your parenting, your co-parenting of someone. It's a huge violation.
You hired the babysitter.
Yeah, I found help for us.
You're unbelievable. I'm telling you, like, unbelievable.
He's really that upset over a babysitter? He's seriously leaving over a babysitter?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he's leaving. It's because of a babysitter. It's not because you lied to him and exposed his child to a stranger that he hasn't met and conspired against him, and everyone else knew apparently. That's not why he's upset. Now, I think he actually will be upset because it is a babysitter. I think that's obviously part of it because he doesn't want a babysitter. And he's entitled to that as the father, by the way. He's entitled to have that opinion. Now, him and Libby should have a discussion about that and understand each other and maybe make some compromises. But anyway.
I
No,
found
that's my
her.
child too,
She's
nahul. You literally
amazing.
took me in DC right now, nahul. I almost nahul ran over people.
Comparing our child
No,
to
you're
an
comparing. How can I
Airbnb?
trust you, nahul? Like there is decisions to be made
How can you
together.
trust me?
Together.
We're married.
Who is this?
She's a close family friend, and she has watched Jen's Girls. She's watched.
Okay, you could have made this argument prior to hiring the babysitter behind his back. You could have made all these points. You could have invited her over and like, meet this person. She's a great... There's so many other options besides lying to someone. Lying is immoral. If your kindergarten teacher taught you anything, it was don't lie to people. Don't lie. It's immoral. It's wrong. Don't lie. Hey, deserving listeners, as y'all know, I am constantly recommending that people go to therapy. We all need therapy from time to time. Well, one of the options available that is definitely worth checking out is BetterHelp. If you're looking for a therapist, I would give it a try by going to betterhelp.com/Kirk. Make sure you use the promo code Kirk because you get 10% off your first month, and it really helps us out. As you watch these videos, I know many of you have been motivated to find your own therapist, which is great because you deserve it. And I know also that it can be hard to find a good fit, find the right one for you. Well, one of the options available in terms of your shopping is to go to betterhelp.com/Kirk. I've been told you can start communicating with your therapist in under 24 hours. You can message your counselor at any time. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. I've also been told that it's often less expensive than in-person therapy, and you should know that this service is available to clients worldwide. So go to betterhelp.com/Kirk to get 10% off your first month today.
She's not a snake, baby. She was trying to help us.
Don't listen to them because she's trying to set me up. Look, there she comes. Like,
I'm so done with this
if
conversation.
she would not
You have to
sleep right
trust
now,
me.
like
You
you not know. What is
trust
it?
me.
What is it?
Let
You're
me
out
talk
here.
to her.
So Libby's asking him to trust her. She just got done revealing that she's been lying to him for a long time and going behind his back with his child. She didn't lie about like, oh, I went to this restaurant instead of that restaurant. She's lying about his child. Just imagine people out there, someone lying to you about your child, your little vulnerable child, and how terrible and how destroying that would be. And then she's saying, you have to trust me. And then here come, I don't even know, what sort of nickname should we have for these sisters? Is there a nickname for them? Let me know in the comments.
Hold on a
You're
second.
throwing a temper tantrum.
If you would not sleep with your babysitting remark over there, I would not know that she has somebody behind her back. Is that normal?
Andrei, but
It's
look
not
how
normal.
you're acting.
No, I'm not acting.
I mean, this is like the most predictable scene of all time. If I was there, I'd be, Andrei, why are you trying to argue when in your entire life has Jen or Rebecca agreed with you and not tried to attack you? So, just pick your battles. This is one you cannot win. I mean, on the scale of things, she hired a babysitter. It's not like she cheated on him or something, but I do think that it is a bad sign that a fellow parent, would just lie to their spouse, especially at the request of one of her sisters, which are obviously not looking out for her best interest.
She has a motherly instinct. You will never.
Motherly instinct?
You will
What?
never have a motherly instinct.
There's not such a thing as motherly instinct.
You
Look,
have such
by
a
instinct-
dated
by
point of
instinct-
view.
by instinct-
So dated.
Ignorant and so outdated.
Dated. What's dated about not wanting to be lied to? Now, he doesn't want a babysitter, and that's okay. Lots of people don't want babysitters. That's okay. I want to be clear. It's totally okay for Andrei to not want a babysitter. It's also okay for Libby to want a babysitter. And is this another xenophobic thing of like, oh, it's so old-fashioned and outdated. We Americans, we've figured it out. And I want to point something out, that Americans have not figured out parenting, meaning that a lot of Americans think like we parent better than other countries. That is not borne out in the data. The data does not show that. It's hard to measure such things, but there seems to be data that Americans are actually parenting their children worse than other countries and other cultures are because of ideas about parenting that we have. There are a lot of ways to raise a child, and I've seen this before when Americans, particularly these kinds of Americans, look at non-Americans and their parenting style. There must be something broken about them, and it's colonialization parenting, if you will.
Here I am defending my sister again to Andrei and trying to get him to see, my sister's point of view, because he's a very good manipulator. And I had no idea that she never told him.
So he's the manipulator because he and his father-in-law have decided to go into business with each other. He's the manipulator, not Jen and Libby, who have been conspiring and lying behind his back and literally manipulating him to believe that it wasn't happening.
If he has an issue and this is how you're going to react, it's no one honestly.
How is he reacting? Why are you even involved? That's just so frustrating. How is he reacting? He heard that his child was being babysat behind his back and the massive distrust that he is now feeling, and he just walked outside. They're calling that a temper tantrum. He said, I can't deal with this, and he calmly walked outside. I'm not saying it's the best way to deal with things. I don't know, but on the scale of things on this show, I wouldn't call that a temper tantrum.
Andrei, your marriage is not going to last if you don't trust her.
I did trust her as a mom. It's not about...
Your marriage is not going to last. So just imagine... Just imagine you are in one of these sisters' shoes. You go to your sister and you say, yeah, let's just lie to your husband about his child, your children, about your child. And then when he finds out, he's upset. He walks outside. And then you come out and say, if you can't trust her, there's something wrong with you. What? So people throw around the word gaslighting a lot. And in terms of the internet definition, maybe it applies here.
Why is she consulting with sisters? But I'm trying to keep calm and not show that I'm frustrated in front of Chuck. How's it going? Can I sit?
The man of the hour, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm a strong woman. I know what I'm doing. I'm smart, and I don't need a man to tell me what I need to do and when I need to do it.
Yikes. Yeah, absolutely. So you lie to your husband? That's your solution? Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to have a man to tell you what to do, but I don't need to say it. Y'all are thinking it. I don't need to say it. I don't need to say it. Everyone understands it. All right, well, that does it for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself and take care of others because we all deserve it. We really, really do.